Hey Infinite Masters, this is Richard Kuo. I just want to share with you a quick story of how I got to the point of making weekly YouTube videos for the past almost 3 years, why I started making interviews and why I started this whole idea of infinite mastery. And the purpose of me explaining all this and sharing with you my story is so you kind of get a better picture of, what is the process like of trying to figure out one's purpose in life, because this is a journey that I'm still continuing to be on and I'm constantly growing, which is the idea of infinite mastery, that we're constantly mastering our skills and trying to figure out life. So here's my story, and hopefully this is supportive to you in understanding yourself a little bit better as well. I grew up in a small little town called Fountain Valley, California. It's a little suburban town in the county of Orange, which is in Southern California. And I grew up with my two parents, my older brother, older sister. Parents immigrated from Taiwan, very traditional, tiger mom wanting us to get good grades in school and all that kind of good stuff. My brother and sister, they were the role model Asian children who had good grades. They're athletic. My brother was very smart. He was very ambitious. He made over $2,000 selling Pokemon cards to his classmates in middle school. That's just one example of the amazing things that he did. For myself, me being the youngest, I always followed in my brother and sister's footsteps because they were the role models. And unfortunately, I lived in their shadow. I was always trying to be like them and never was. And the result of that was that I had very low self-esteem because I never felt like I was good enough. I never thought I would be as good as them, as skinny as them. I was always overweight growing up. And every single time I looked in the mirror, I always felt so ashamed of my body, and I wish, why can't I be like them? And then I would get my report cards and be like, why can't I get straight A's like my brother and sister? Why am I getting B's and C's and D's and F's? And over time, I developed all this negative self-esteem and carried it with me throughout my whole entire life, thinking this is the person that I was. And one day I discovered that no, these aren't the things that we say we are. They are just a belief, and we could change the beliefs. So that's something that I constantly work on a daily basis, and that's exactly why I started my YouTube channel. One, to kind of figure out, what is my purpose, what I want to communicate in the world, and how do I develop myself to be a better person. And this is what this whole experience of YouTube has taught me. And more recently, I've transitioned my YouTube channel name from Richard Kuo, and I'm transitioning it into Infinite Mastery. And the purpose of this is because I realized that this whole community on YouTube, the ones that I've developed and we have developed over time, this is not about me. This is not just about me sharing my story. This is about the community, and that's why I decided to go with the name Infinite Mastery. A little bit about the name. This is pretty interesting. So me wanting to be that perfectionist and always trying to present myself in a good way back in the day, I spent a whole entire year trying to figure out what is this community name going to be. I don't know what it's about and everything like that, and I came up with like 30 to 40 different names. And what's funny is after a whole entire year of figuring out what names, Infinite Mastery was not even one of the ones on the list. In fact, one day I woke up in the morning and I said to myself, okay, let's just get this done. Let's stop wasting time. Let's just get it done. Let's come up with a name and choose it, decide it right now. So I thought about what is something that I'm passionate about, and what are things that matter to me right now. And one is the leadership that I was a part of, called LP8. And if you turn 8 sideways, it's an infinity sign, and that happened to be our logo. So I'm like, okay, infinity, cool. And I started thinking about what's another word that like resonates with me. And I was kind of scrolling through my Facebook feed, and I saw my friend's post of his business, Awakening Mastery. And he's a good friend of mine. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I get to combine two things that really matter to me, and that's how we got Infinite Mastery. The best part of it is this idea that it's not about being perfect. It's about just like doing things, and we're infinitely mastering ourselves and improving our lives on a regular basis. So that's what Infinite Mastery is about. Hopefully this kind of gave you a little bit insight of why I create all the videos that I do, because life is a constant journey of discovering ourselves, discovering what our passion is and our purpose, and eventually we're going to get there, but this channel is all about being persistent and creating conversations, content, and community in order to discover that for all of us, not just myself, you as well. I would say the best way to kind of keep in touch is subscribe to our emails, The emails that I post out, I do it once a week. I just got it started, and it's going to be really cool because I kind of give you like a weekly update of like everything that's going on. Yes, they're personalized emails that I send, that I write myself, and also you can check that out at infinitemastery.org/add me. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you there. We have a private online community. Just again, go to infinitemastery.org/add me, and that will give you all the information that you need in order to get connected with our communities. Take care. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, be sure to share it, comment, and also subscribe to the channel, as we will have content every single week for you. Also, we have a lot of amazing content. If you want to build your self-esteem and your confidence, check out infinitemastery.org. And if you want to communicate and have conversations with other like-minded people, check out our private Facebook community, facebook.com/groups/infinitemastery. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.